So when you're moving abroad, you're probably like me where you read all the books, talk to people, go onto YouTube, and try to find out as much as you can about the country that you're moving to. And I did that when we were coming here to the Netherlands. But I will tell you, there were some things that caught me by surprise. Here are going to be 5 things that no one tells you about living here in the Netherlands. Let's get into it. So I would say the first thing that surprised the hell out of me about living in the Netherlands was the first Monday of every month. You will hear this sound. Yeah, that scared the bejeebus out of me. I was sitting at work, everyone had went to lunch, and then all of a sudden I heard this siren, and I wasn't sure what the hell was happening. And I was like, let me just get up under my desk just in case like there's some kind of emergency because I don't know what's happening. And yeah, one of my coworkers came in and found me and was like, yeah, that's just the monthly alarm that we have. So just be prepared for that if you move here to the Netherlands. The second thing that really surprised me about living here in the Netherlands was our public transportation. Now, our public transportation is fantastic. As a matter of fact, I don't even own a car anymore because it's so easy to get around on a tram, a bus, a train, and of course the bike. But the one thing that surprised me is that it's not 24/7, at least where I live. You have to either make plans to ride your bike if you're gonna, let's say, go to a friend's house for a party and maybe you don't get back until 4 a.m. Not me, somebody else, of course. But maybe you don't get back to 4 a.m. There's not going to be a bus running to bring you back home. So you may either have to grab an Uber or you can rent one of these little mopeds that they have around the city. My favorite way to do it is either my bike or just walk, but that's something that really surprised me. The third thing that surprised me about living here in the Netherlands that no one tells you about is looking for a place to live. I mean, guys, this is like the freaking Hunger Games, if you ask me. And maybe it was just during the time that we were looking for a home, but it was during the time of COVID, and people were buying houses without physically going to see them and putting in bids. I was just like, there's no way in hell I'm doing that. So if you're gonna look for a home when you're here in the Netherlands, just be prepared to get in there quick to find you something. The fourth thing that no one tells you about when you're moving to the Netherlands is the wind. Now here's the thing, everyone knows that the country is really flat, and if you like cycling like I do, that is perfect. You don't have to worry about all those hills. But the con to the fact that the country is flat is that there are no buildings, like really tall skyscrapers to block the wind when it's coming through. So we live in Scheveningen, and I swear that wind is coming off the sea, and there are days where I have to walk with my head down just to get to my house. What it reminds me of is when I was climbing one of the areas going up to the Great Wall in China, and because of the way they have the steps, your body automatically kind of bends down. That's what it's like here when you're trying to walk with that wind. And forget an umbrella when it's raining, because that wind is just going to tear that umbrella the hell up. So that's something that you have to be prepared for, is this wind is something serious. The fifth thing that no one tells you about living in the Netherlands, and you only find out once you get here, is not only that the Dutch are direct, but they actually expect you to be direct back. They actually appreciate when you're being direct about your needs, what your boundaries are. Of course, you want to do this in a very respectful way, but it's a two-way street here. So yes, they can be very direct, but they actually appreciate you being very direct. And I will say, this is my 7th year of living here. I love it. I don't have to beat around the bush to get my point across. This is what I want, this is what I don't want, full stop. And this is gonna be a bonus tip that no one tells you about when you're moving to the Netherlands. And I don't know if I would say no one tells you about, but I don't think you truly appreciate it until you're trying to do it. And that's learning this damn language. This language is hard. Like, they make sounds with their throats that is a little tough for me. Matter of fact, the district that I live here in, The Hague, I know I mispronounce it. I just say Scheveningen, but it's a different way to say it. And and the sentence structure that they have. I really get stressed out when I have to ask a question or if I'm going to talk about the time of day. So the part that's really hard for me is when I'm asking a question or when I'm using a separable verb. So for my English speakers, just like when we do a sentence in English, you have the subject, the verb, and then whatever else you're going to say. In Dutch, you have the subject, the verb, but the second part of that verb, you move it to the end of the sentence. And when I'm trying to do this, I know subject, verb, what I want to say, but because I'm trying to remember that separable verb, I forget what the hell that I'm supposed to be saying. Or if I'm trying to say, I did something yesterday, I'll say, Hesteren, and then I'm thinking, wait, I think I have to do the verb now, and then the subject. So I get all twisted up because I'm trying to remember all these rules in my head. So I know that other languages have difficulties as well, but just for me, especially being as old as I am, just learning this language has been tougher than I actually thought it was gonna be. Dutch people have been very patient with me. Sometimes they'll just switch to English because I'm taking so long. But those are 5 things that I would say no one really tells you about when you're moving to the Netherlands. If you're looking for more content like this, please subscribe and leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.